Good morning. I will say it again. We are watching it right now, I think. The human race is being divided into two. Those who take the shot and those who don't. Yeah. And which of these two races will survive, you think? Well, I'll leave it up to you. And we also see this fantastic difference in how people react, right? It's like a big test. I see big protests in Dublin, Ireland, against the passports. They are introducing the passports in Ireland. I see huge protests in Greece. The authorities, they want to give the shot to 15-year-olds, and parents hit the streets and say, stay off our kids. You know, the best parents in the world, I believe, you will find them in Greece. I think so. I could be wrong, but I think they are great parents in Greece, in general. And then you have the other ones, you know, calling into the authorities and say, when can I jab my child? What are you waiting for? I want to give the jab to my child now, see? And in France, it's a madhouse in France right now. You know, if you want to go to a cafe in France, you better get a jab. I don't think you will believe this, but you risk up to 6 months in prison if you go to a cafe in France. Yeah. And you could get a fine up to 10,000 euro. And the owner of the cafe, he could end up in jail for a year. Yeah. If he doesn't check on the customers to see if they are jabbed or tested negative, if he doesn't check it, and he could get a fine up to 45,000 euro. Of course, this is completely mad. Yeah. And of course, you see it now in France. That's the thing. You see these different reactions. They are so vastly different. A lot of people hit the streets and protest. Yeah. And today there's going to be massive protests in France. But then, on the other hand, you have this. Within 72 hours of the French people learning about this new law presented by this idiot Macron, more than 3 million booked appointments to get the jab. And they broke a record in France. They administered 800,000 shots in one single day. 800,000. Right. So what's going to happen here? Yeah. And you know, I see lunatics also here in Sweden applauding what Macron is doing in France. Yeah. Wow, good job, Macron. Forcing people to take the shot. Yeah. What a good thing. He's like a saint, you see. Yeah, so this is what we are learning now. We are learning how different people are. And it's basically two groups here. Yes. Here in Sweden we have this thing. Parents being upset with their children, adult children, taking the shots. Parents who think they know something about the shot, right? They try to teach their children not to take it. Yeah, it's dangerous for you. You should look into this, right? I have friends who have this problem right now. Yeah, very good friends. And their children, they don't listen. And they take the jab anyway. See? And it's very upsetting. And this parent will say, yeah, I'm worried, I'm concerned about this. You know, something might happen. Of course, they are worried about their children. They're worried about their health. You know, they might not be able to get children themselves. Things like this. And now I'm going to be a bastard again, because I will tell you, parents, it's your own fault. Yes. Yeah, it is. Because you didn't teach your children to think properly. I mean, you hear this, right? sometimes you see these parents, they are telling their very small children, you better listen to me. Now you listen, you pay attention. You don't listen, do you? Right? If this small child doesn't listen, he might get punished, you see? So the parent wants their children to listen to them, yeah? And trust them. And meanwhile, they are telling their children stories like about the tooth fairy or Santa Claus, you see? So if you just teach your children to think for themselves, yes, that's the ticket. They should learn how to question authorities. And now I will brag, because I have 2 sons, yeah? And I used to lie to them. And then I lied some more, and I kept on lying until they raised their eyes and looked at me and said, Dad, I think you are making this thing up. And when this happened, I sort of celebrated, and I said, good job, you know. Yeah, you are paying attention, you are thinking. Very, very good. Yes. Yes, I've been lying all along. Yeah. I'm not an authority to you. You are yourself. Right. That's what I did. And they sort of listened to me anyway, because they could tell the difference, you see. But they learn how to question things that came from authority. And these kids who are now listening to the authorities and taking the jab, they are not paying attention to their parents. They are now at risk. They are part of this new race, the jabbed race. Yeah. I don't know what's going to happen. I think it's going to be bad. Yeah. Well, it's already bad, isn't it? But I'm pretty sure it's going to be bad. You know, this thing with the shots and these strains and these things, they were all patented 20 years ago. More than 20 years ago, I think. Yeah. So this was all planned from the very start. Yeah. The whole thing was planned. Yeah. Check it out if you want. All right. Be good. Bye.